as we sing our gathering hymn, number 361. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts and song. Open your ears to the song. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today to rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in.
Good morning, everybody. We made it. This is the last Sunday, isn't it? The last Sunday of February. It's going to be into March. We're getting there pretty good. We're getting there almost through the winter. Today you have walked in, even if you didn't know it, but I think you'll be happy, we have walked into a multi-generational service. We do these about, oh gosh, not very often, but when we do them, we all stay together. Young people, old people. We have people in this congregation who are 1 year old and 102. So everybody's welcome here. And this is a service where people of all ages are welcome, and we're glad that you're all here. Thank you for being here. Molly, you just want to say good morning?
Good morning. Thank you for coming.
She's our Director of Religious Exploration, and we got a really good, fun service ahead of you. So let's just get to it, okay? Here we go. Are we going to have a video? I think we're just going to walk you through this. So, this is our affirmation for this Sunday. We say, these words were crafted by members of this congregation over a long period of time. And we came up with these words, and we're going to say them together. Are you ready? Love is our doctrine. Compassion is our way. Here we seek to create a joyful home for free religious exploration, build a community of caring fellowship, nurture the hopes, and serve the needs of our world.
Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this gift. Each week, we light 3 chalices. The first is for this congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. The second is for our partner church in Szymanfalva, Transylvania, Romania. And we light the third for our children and youth in lifespan religious education and in our world at large. Let us sing the flames into life.
Good morning. Can everybody young or young at heart please join us up front? All you kiddos, get up here. We have a special story from Reverend Rick this morning.
If I can find it. I think I got it here. You want to hear a story from me? I'm going to come down there once I find it. Here we go. I got it. I did remember to bring a story. I wanted to tell you a story about my childhood. But first of all, you're not going to believe this. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll believe this. But I used to be your age. Whatever age you are, I was your age, exactly, to the minute and the day I was. And not only that, if you turn around and look at everybody behind you, everybody here has been your age before. So let's test it out. How old are you? How old are you? Huh? 8. How many of you guys have been 8 before? All right. How old are you, Alice? 11. How many of you guys have been 11? You've been 11 years old? How old are you? I don't know. How many of you guys have not known how old you were? How old are you? 9. Anybody here been 9? How about, all right, you're hiding, so you don't even know. How old are you? 4. All right, anybody here been 4 before? We've all been 4. Parker, how old are you? 12. Okay, anybody here been 12 before? And you? 9. Anybody been 9? Look at that. Everybody's been your age. Everybody's been a child. So you may think you're the only children here, but these are just a lot of grown-up children behind you. We have a lot of memories from when we were a child. And I want to tell you a story about when I was a boy. And it's not a really happy story in some ways in the beginning, but it's okay. I think it turns out all right. But when I was a young 10-year-old boy, 10 years old, my mom got really sick, and it was a scary time for me. She had to go to the hospital for a long time. And so my mom and my dad were not together. So my parents were separated, and now my mom was going to be away for a long time in the hospital. And they had to find a place for me to stay for the whole summer. So I was going to be away from my parents, my mom, while she was in the hospital. I'm glad to tell you it was a whole summer. I'm glad to tell you that my mom is okay and everything went well. But I didn't know that at the time. Can you imagine how scary that would be, not knowing how that is? So anyway, I got to stay with my best friend and his family. And that was pretty cool. And so I went to stay with my very best friend, and I stayed in his family. And then I saw something in the house I hadn't seen it before. And it was kind of upsetting to me to see it. You see, in my own family, my parents, they almost never got angry or punished me or said anything that was mean or hurtful. And my mom, she was a kind person. She was a kind person. And I wish that all parents were kind, like parents are, your parents are. But my friend's parents were not kind to their three children. And as a guest in the house, I never got punished, but they got punished. My friend and his older sister and older brother, they got punished a lot by the mom and the dad. And you know why they got punished? Almost for nothing. Just for, moving too slow. It was hard. It was hard. And this made life hard for my friend, if you can imagine that. Wouldn't that be hard to have to live in a situation like that? And now I thought about why his parents were not nice to him. And you know why I think it was that they weren't nice to him? I think it's because their parents had not been nice to them, and they didn't learn. They didn't learn how important it is to be loving to your children. And so there wasn't enough love in this house. And it was very sad to me. I saw that my friend didn't get enough love. But then, guess what happened? One day, my friend took me to visit the next door neighbor where he often visited. And we met an older man I'd never met. This man was old. I mean, he was so old, he might be as old as I am now. That's getting up there, isn't it? Well, I have to tell you that this one simple visit to the next door neighbor opened some new doors in my mind. The name of the man was Mr. Lee. And we walked up and we were visiting Mr. Lee. And when we got to Mr. Lee's house, he greeted us as though we were the most important people in the world, that we were two princes. Oh my God, look, he called out to his wife, they've come. And Mr. Lee was so happy. He beamed with joy to see us both. And he asked excitedly, he said to his wife, hey, would you be kind enough to serve us some treats and a nice cold lemonade on a hot summer afternoon in Columbus, Georgia? And so they served us all this wonderful stuff. And Mr. Lee asked David how he was doing, what he was up to. And David could see that Mr. Lee really liked him and cared about him. And so when Mr. Lee asked David how he was doing, he lit up. He became so happy. He beamed in a way I'd never seen him beam before. You know what it reminded me of? It was like, imagine if you were a prisoner in a dark cell and you never got to see the sunlight. And then one day you got to get out and see the sunlight and feel the warmth of the sun. This is what it was like for David when he went to Mr. Lee's house. He hadn't seen the sunlight of love for a long time, and he just took such pleasure in his visits with Mr. Lee and his kind wife. I'd never, ever seen David be so happy when he visited his neighbor. And you know what? I figured out what was going on. I figured it out. Mr. Lee, he knew, because he could hear sounds coming from the next door where the parents were shouting and yelling. He knew that David had a hard life at home. And he knew that he wasn't shown enough kindness and appreciation for being the special person he was. Every one of you should feel really good about being who you are. You should feel good to be who you are. And David didn't feel that way unless he was with Mr. Lee. And Mr. Lee knew this, and he was a good neighbor. And he saw that he could help David feel good about himself and realize what a great kid he was. Not that he was a bad kid like he was told at home. And as for me, can you imagine sitting and visiting with Mr. Lee helped me realize how much difference just one person can make in another person's life, especially a kind adult who takes a kind interest in a young person. And I hope you all have people like that in your lives. Maybe some of them are in this congregation. Thank you for listening to my story. That's the end of it. Yeah, let's do the love arch.
Okay. All right, if everybody in the middle can please stand up and make the love arch, then the kids will be on their way.
Well, they'll just stay here.
To the back of the room, back to their seats, please.
So you may notice that we left the doors in the back there open, and that's in case if young people get a little restless and you want to go over to the cozy corner, you could just come back and forth and not worry about it. And you can move around some during this service, and don't worry about it. So if you need to take a little break and just walk out that way, feel free to do that. But I wanted to invite us all now to think about something. Has anyone ever helped an animal? Petting it or feeding it or cuddling it? Has anybody ever helped an animal? Yes. Has anybody ever helped a friend? Anybody ever helped a friend? Has anybody ever helped a stranger? A stranger. Has anybody ever been helped by a stranger? Have you been helped by a friend? Have you been helped by an animal? Yeah. That's compassion. That's compassion. This is our way. This is how we live our lives. Always remembering to give kindness to other people around us and to receive kindness when it comes to us. This is very important in our lives, and we always remember to be kind to the animals and our friends and strangers, and to always have an open heart to receive compassion from other people. And now I want you to think about gratitude. And as you think about gratitude, Joey is going to walk around with a microphone. And if you have something that you're grateful for today, raise your hand and just say it simply into the microphone. And after we have 5 grateful things, we can be done with that. So there, Sarah. Let's just think of the many blessings that come.
I'm grateful for this congregation.
Grateful for the many friends I've made here.
Make sure the mic is on.
I am grateful. Yesterday I attended the funeral of my dear friend. There were 400 people in the congregation to greet her. She was a wonderful person.
I am grateful for our dog Doogie because my husband is absolutely bonkers over him.
I'm thankful for the congregation.
Me too.
Mother Nature for hiking.
Mother Nature and hiking. And so these voices have expressed gratitude, yet if we search into our hearts, we will all find that for which we feel profound gratitude, the love and the compassion. Go ahead, Del.
I'm grateful for the sunrises and the sunsets.
As are we all. So, if somebody asks you, who are the Unitarian Universalists, you can tell them that here we are the people who walk a path of compassion and gratitude. May it be so. May it be so. Amen. And I'm going to teach you guys a song in just a minute, but here are the people from the Lifelines Lay Ministry.
Good morning. I'm new at this, so I'm nervous. My name is Margaret Gregg, and I'm one of your new Lifelines lay ministers. We've several joys and concerns to share today. We have a sorrow from John Chinberg. This week I lost my dear friend Marcus Big Daddy McQuaid to colon cancer. My dad got Marcus started on drums at Waldo Middle School many years ago. He and I played gigs together, and I always appreciated his straight talk and rock solid groove. I will miss him dearly. God bless Marcus McQuaid. We have another sorrow from Francine Leckie. Our dad passed away February 18th, and his funeral was February 23rd. Please pray for our family as we grieve this loss. He was in a lot of pain at the end of his life, so we're grateful he's no longer suffering. We have a concern from Lisa Lermo. Our very own Carolyn Patterson, who is on the Lifelines lay ministry team and who sometimes reads these joys and concerns, is now being read about. Carolyn went to the ER on Thursday and was admitted to Salem Hospital and is still there as I write this on Friday night. She had abdominal surgery to repair a tear in her duodenum. We wish Carolyn a speedy recovery, and we look forward to seeing her back in church again soon. In the book here, Leslie says her friend Jeanette is now in hospice, and Judy's sister has sciatic nerve. Jen Bay put in an offer to buy a business. May the financing go through. Good luck with that. We have a concern from Gloria. The last 2 weeks have been a challenge for my husband, Alan, as he continues to suffer from a severe cold and bronchitis. He's trying to take care of himself and misses UU, but hopes to return next week. So he's home with Doogie. I want to make sure I get these in order. We have an anonymous. Thank you to everyone who brought their children to church today. It was great to see them. And finally, we have a joy, a big joy. On Thursday, February 22nd, in the early afternoon, Tom Lansfield and Jean Logan were married. There's more. Don Wolfe performed the loving 3-minute ceremony in the Lansfield Logan living room. After 23 years together, becoming married surprised us with joy. Congratulations. And as we do each Sunday, we light one more candle for private joys and concerns that remain unspoken. Okay. Lifeline's lay ministers are fellow members who extend Reverend Rick's ministry to members and friends of the congregation who are experiencing loss, illness, or any type of personal or family crisis. You can reach out to us by visiting the Lifelines table in Hanneman Hall each Sunday after the service. Our lavender badges, mine is not, green. And green stoles identify us. Thank you. I'm the first one to wear mine. You can also contact us at the email address on the screen, and you can post joys and concerns in the book in the foyer before church. And you can also post them online. There's a link under the title of the next Sunday service. Thanks, everyone. Have a blessed week ahead.
Thank you so much, Margaret and Brenna. You're a wonderful addition to the Lifelines. I want to teach you guys this song. It's a song because it's a song you sing in the sanctuary, but it's also the kind of song you sing when you're walking down the street or where you're by yourself or something. It's the kind of song that reminds you of what's important in life. So let's just start singing it. And I want the young people to pay attention to this and maybe sing it with us so that you are able to have this song with you, especially when you're feeling lost or alone or sad or something. If you can sing this song to yourself, it will help you. Listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen to that song.
What does he like about RE?
What I like about church is that I get to play with my friends all day, every day. Well, unless it's not Sunday. And that's just budget. What I like about the church is Ari. I like the UUCS program is basically going to make me richer.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you love about church, Remy?
Whistle.
I just like the church
Because?
because I can go there every weekend,
Awesome.
and kids love weekends.
What do you love about the church?
showcased in the atrium. They meet friendly UUCS members as they find their way into our beautiful sanctuary on a Sunday morning. Light shines through the stained glass windows, music plays. There is warmth and laughter that is contagious and spreads throughout the room. It comes from the children. My kids will be 17, 15, and 13. I already know what is important to them. I asked them. They value friendship. In 2030, our community will be a home where adults and families come together for laughter, love, and support. It will include these beautiful children who are our future. Maybe my daughter and another RE friend will sing a duet that they have been practicing religiously for weeks. I know that she will convince me that one of these practices needs to include a sleepover with lots of giggles over ice cream and pizza. My boys are excitedly planning and fundraising for a spring break trip with the ever-growing youth group. Of course, there are so many other kids, younger ones to help with the chalice lightings, and high school students who occasionally help with special readings. They all take pride in helping feed our animals outside. I bet in 2030, Caleb has made sure that our little animal farm includes bunnies. There is a mentor program set up for the older students to be partnered with younger students. They do periodic projects together, partner up for games, are pen pals, and even do Secret Santas. Alex loves to make his mentee laugh with little jokes he finds and prepares in the days leading up to the service. His younger friend looks up to him like a big brother. Every Sunday, kids are excited to come to UUCS, where they always find old friends, new faces, and lots of exciting things to do. We all know it takes a village to raise a child, and these kids will have so many other people investing time and love into their development. Rightly, the kids' relationships extend beyond the RE wing. There is someone who teaches them how to cook a recipe that has been passed down in their family and has ties to their Polish heritage. A firefighter in the congregation joins RE to teach them about fire safety, preventing forest fires, and even brings a fire truck for the students to explore. Another person brings pictures and tells stories of their exciting vacation to Africa. A hero in the congregation meets with older students to tell their stories of being a responder at 9/11, a day that is so vivid in our minds and is history in the eyes of our children, but history that they must learn. I hope that they are ready for lots of questions from curious minds. A small group of brave adults even organizes an annual backpacking trip to the mountains and takes a large group of kids. They learn about survival, constellations, nature, and that really all they need is food, water, and a couple of emergency items, and to be surrounded by friends and beauty. They discover that letting go of all of life's extras can be very freeing. For months after these special lessons, the kids give these impactful adults a friendly wave and a shy smile. What they brought to the kids is remembered, appreciated, and made a difference. Of course, as mom, there are things that are important to me too, and I know my kids will roll their eyes at me. But there are lessons that I hope get sprinkled in with all of the fun. Things that we parents want instilled in our kids now, so that they can draw from them when they are older. We hope the kids, young and old, hear and feel that they are loved by more than just us parents. We want them to know that a world without love is not a world we want to support or create. We hope they know the importance of taking care of our earth. We want them to understand that friendships and a sense of purpose are more important than all of the money in the world. We hope they develop empathy and compassion by choosing service projects that inspire them, maybe helping homeless animals at the Humane Society, or collecting gifts to give to the low-income families. We want them to know that the world is much bigger than our little bubble and that other parts of our country and our world look very different. We hope they know that our differences are not something to be scared of, but instead something that makes us stronger and should be celebrated. These UU values, in addition to the fun and friendships, are why we bring our kids to UUCS. As John F. Kennedy said, children are the world's most valuable asset and the greatest hope for our future. In 2030, our kids will know that UUCS is a refuge where they can come to laugh, learn, explore, mess up, and try again, and again, and again. They will not let us down. We are their biggest cheerleaders, and we will give them all of the support they need and deserve to not just survive, but to thrive. The future of our community and our world is not possible without them.
Did I know who to ask to do this part of the service? That was so beautiful, Annie, that vision of a future of this congregation working with its youth. So let's just enter in a time of meditation as we reflect upon this vision for our community. This vision of a place where all are welcome and where young people come and are so happy to be here. And all the adults are involved in the lives of the young ones. And we know one another as an intergenerational, multi-generational community. May this vision come to pass, indeed. Amen. Hey, I wanted to teach you guys something a little bit of meditation. I was talking to Brenna before the service. Brenna's our celebrant. She works in the classroom with kids too. And this is very helpful. It's some of the most helpful advice you can get, even though it's very simple. So do you ever any of you ever get angry or upset about something? Yeah, most of us not. I can see only one or two people here ever get angry or upset. But for those one or two people here who do sometimes get angry or upset, do you get worried? Do sometimes people here get a little worried about something? Oh, more people who worried about these. But sometimes people get sad. I know we all get a little sad sometimes. You don't have to raise your hand for that one. But you know what you can do when you're feeling out of balance and everything's crazy? You don't know what to do. You know what you can do? It's so simple, and it works. If you will simply breathe and pay attention to your breathing. Just pay attention to your breathing instead of all that other stuff. Just pay attention as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And so when you're worried or angry or upset, you can always remember that you can go back to your breath and pay attention to your breathing. And it will help you calm down. It will help you be more peaceful. It's always a good thing to practice this, especially when you're upset and going through a difficult time. So we always remember that we can always find a way to be more peaceful and more happy simply by following our breath and meditate just a little bit. So I want to encourage you to do that, maybe a little bit every day, and see how that makes you feel. That's the best I've got. Hope you take my advice.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sarah Chateau, and I absolutely love public speaking. Not. Because we're in church, I'm picturing you all fully clothed. I hadn't attended a church service in over 20 years when I walked through the doors the Sunday after the presidential election of 2016. Painful. I had no idea what to expect. All I knew is that I was feeling pretty sad and wanted to connect. Right away, I was welcomed with open arms. In retrospect, I felt welcomed every Sunday I walked through the doors. Being a member of UUCS has given me the opportunity to help care for homeless families for the last 7 years. Working with Family Promise has brought me to tears many times, and so many of you have helped us with the families, and it's an honor to serve next to you. We couldn't do it without you. I've made such rich connections since becoming a member of the church, and I love how this church honors the diversity of the lives that inhabit this planet. This building and the people in it feel more like a home than a church. I go to great lengths to make sure our doors stay open to ensure that others like me can walk through those doors every Sunday and feel as welcomed as I have for the last 7 years. By the way, the families will be here again at the end of the month. So, thank you for listening.
I just have to thank you, Sarah, for all the hard work you do helping to organize the Family Promise program. So thanks for all you give us, too.
We support UUCS through our pledges, time, and our connections with one another. We support the Salem community through donations to the Marion Polk Food Share that can be put into the red wagon when it comes up the aisle. And for the month of February, Marion Polk Food Share. Marion Polk Food Share's mission is to bring people together to end hunger and its root causes. We distribute nutritious food for individuals and families to more than 100 local partners, including food pantries and meal sites, and deliver Meals on Wheels to homebound seniors and adults with disabilities. We operate an urban farm and support a network of community gardens that connect people and their food and mobilize community members to address systemic issues that lead to hunger. Please send your checks to UUCS or visit the website to donate, or you can put them in the red bags that will be passed. Thank you for maintaining the community of UUCS and for helping the wider community of Salem.
We didn't plan for that to happen. That was cool, wasn't it? We were passing out the shakers to shake during the last hymn. So you guys were not supposed to be doing that. But it wasn't that cool, though. What a happy accident, huh? That felt really good. You guys, you just took right to it. I love the way you did that. And now we're going to hear from Molly. Molly, come on up here and share some thoughts about what's going on with your program and everything. And then we're getting close to the end here, so we'll shake it up pretty soon.
Dear members of our cherished congregation, today I come before you with a heart brimming with hope and a vision fueled by the spirit of unity and growth. Our Lifespan Religious Education program stands as a beacon of community, inclusivity, and unwavering support for all generations. As we gather in this sacred space, let us embark on a journey of reimagining and reinventing our LRE program, ensuring that it thrives as a nurturing sanctuary for every soul from the tender age of 1 to the seasoned wisdom of 100. Why is the LRE program so vital, you may ask? The answer lies in our unwavering belief that our children are not just the future of our congregation, they are the heartbeat, the soul, and the guiding light of our community. They embody our hopes, our dreams, and our deepest aspirations for a brighter tomorrow. In the nurturing embrace of our LRE program, our children learn not only about the teachings of our faith, but also about empathy, compassion, and the values that define us as a community. They are not merely recipients of knowledge, they are active participants in the unfolding story of our congregation. But to truly cultivate an environment where our children can flourish, we need volunteers like you to lend your time, your talents, and your unwavering dedication to every aspect of our LRE program. Whether you have a gift for teaching, a passion for storytelling, or simply a heart filled with love and compassion, there is a place for you in our children's journey of exploration and growth. Imagine the impact we can make together. Imagine the smiles, the laughter, and the moments of profound connection that await us as we embark on this shared adventure. Together, we can create a space where every child feels seen, heard, and valued for who they are. So I ask you to heed the call of your heart, to embrace the spirit of service, and to join us on this sacred journey of transformation. Together, let us build a legacy of love, a sanctuary of learning, and a home where every child is cherished and celebrated. As you make your way out today, I invite you to visit the table by the front entrance and sign up for our special LRE luncheon. It is there that we will begin the process of reinventing and reimagining our LRE program. If you took a ticket on your way in to the sanctuary this morning and would like to make a new friend, please find someone with a matching ticket. They can be younger or older or somebody you haven't met, and help them find their way to the table in the fellowship hall that matches the color of your tickets. We will be creating a beautiful work of art using the handprints of our congregation to make a giant tree of life that we can share with generations to come. Thank you.
I hope you'll be here next Sunday. We have another wonderful service planned. I'm going to be sharing the service with our Lifelines Lay Ministry group, and we have a lot of really good things to share with you. So please do come and be part of that service. The Women's Retreat Bake Sale on March the 3rd. That's next Sunday. you're going to get some good eating. So please bring a little extra cash with you and buy something for somebody else too. So that's always fun when you go to the bake sale. It's good. It's a good way to pump up the sales. If you are a visitor here, or if you're not yet receiving our newsletter, you can do so just by following the instructions up there. It tells you how to get in contact with our office and how to get on our email mailing list and our weekly e-blast. You'll really be all up to speed on things. And I think that's all the announcements that I have. Thanks.
We take the light from our chalice, lighting the social justice lantern, as a symbolic reminder of the light and justice that we carry out each week into the world. As we extinguish our chalice, let us hear these words: "Go your ways, knowing not the answers to all things, yet seeking always the answer to one more thing than you know."
At this time, would you please rise in body or spirit as you are able as we sing our closing hymn, number 118, This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Shake those shakers. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it
Let us join with our community members, guests, and family and friends saying these words together. May faith in the spirit of life, hope for the community of earth, and love for the sacred in one another be ours now and in all the days to come. Blessed be.